What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another very important AMC update to bring all of you this evening. So what we're going to be talking about in this update is the absolutely awesome price action that we saw today. How is this looking like it's going to continue into the next couple of days or weeks? We're going to be taking a look at the Ortex data, taking a look at the option chain too for the potential for AMC to have a pretty substantial gamma squeeze, and that's exactly what price levels we would need to get to in order to see moves like that based on market maker delta hedging and unhedging. Now, in addition to this, we are also going to briefly touch upon the Adam Aaron tweet that was sent out today about his pounce. So before we get into all of that information, if you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So I'm sure all you guys know this by now, but AMC closed the day at $14.48, up $1.91, 15.19%. Absolutely awesome day. When we come over and take a look at the Ortex data, though, we are seeing some weird things. Let me just refresh this right here, and let me make sure that you guys can see this as well. I think it's a little bit difficult sometimes to see what we're looking at on Ortex here, so let me move this over a little bit too. So what we're looking at here is 17.63% estimated short interest on AMC right now. And then when we look over here, we have 139.89 million shares on loan. We've got 17.25% max cost to borrow, 13.46% average, and 0.35% on the minimum. Now, we have seen some nonsense with Ortex recently, and again, we've gone over this a couple of times that it does look like there was somewhat of a recall going on, but again, with the short interest drop and the previous lack of price movement to the upside, it would suggest that there was not necessarily a lot of actual short covering, but that the estimated short interest numbers that Ortex has is using the shares on loan somehow in that calculation. So when these shares are getting returned, it's going to drop their estimated short interest number. Now, we are going to be waiting on the next exchange reported short interest date. Hopefully, Ortex is wildly underestimating that data, and then we start to see the short interest come back up. But again, at the end of the day, the stock is still very, very, very shorted. Now, I want to bring you guys over to the technicals on AMC right now and exactly what we're looking at, because we saw something very awesome today. When we come over here and take a look at AMC on that 4-hour time frame that we've been looking at, we saw the cross up on the 4-hour, RSI above 50, MACD flip to bullish momentum over here, and shaft trend is signaling to buy as well. Now, the 200 EMA has been this key level that we've seen a couple of times. Now, we called out this level a lot on the live stream today, but we did see this level up in here in this 1469, 1470 level. And the height of AMC today, 1469. So these levels that we give you guys on these charts are very, very important. Now, being able to see AMC hold above this 200 EMA is going to be really important. And that price level right now is 1376. So what we also want to see, in my opinion, I would like to see this 13 EMA cross above this 200 EMA, because the last time that we saw a very significant move to the upside, if we zoom back out over here, we saw the price action come above the 200 EMA with a cross. We saw the 13 EMA come above the 200, and then we saw what we like to call a rim, where price action comes down, kisses one of these EMAs right here, and then rockets to the upside. So that's what we're looking at on the longer time frames here, but I want to bring you guys over to some of these shorter time frames to kind of show you guys what happened exactly today on AMC. So we saw this 1348 crossover right at open. Now, typically, we don't like to trade anything right at open, so you're waiting for basically the morning chop to kind of fizzle out. Now, you have this resistance level that was created in the open earlier today. Now, when we see this level start to break out right here, well, you see it ride all the way up. You see price action never fall below the 13 EMA, and if you knew the 1348 trading system, you would have been with me on some of these contracts without even me saying anything. And if you guys saw my tweet or my Instagram post, those contracts went up over 300%. So if you guys are interested in learning more about this strategy, again, these things happen every single day. Make sure you check out that link down below and join us over there in the Discord. So again, what I also want to talk about here is the potential for a significant gamma squeeze on AMC. When we come over to Stonko Tracker, let me give this a quick refresh here. So for this week, I really don't care about the options for this week. Next week, though, is the monthly options expiration period for July. Now, what we see here is a metric boatload of calls that are out of the money right now. Now, we're going to see this in a little bit, but a lot of these call contracts are concentrated at the furthest out of the money strike. Those are pretty irrelevant. Now, when we see 462,000 contracts out of the money on the call side, 49,000 call contracts in the money, but 73,000 or 74,000 put contracts in the money, there is a significant amount of potential here for a potential big run to the upside. But what price levels would we have to get around in order to see this flip? And the market makers would then become net long in terms of their hedging, because right now they're shorting more than they are buying in order to hedge a lot of these contracts. So when we come over to the exact AMC options chain right here on Webull, and we take a look exactly what we're looking at for next week, well, we have a decent amount of open interest at 15 on the call side. So running through 15 would be awesome. On the put side, yeah, there's about 10,000 contracts here. So we would see that flip a decent amount there, and we would see at the maximum about 3.5 million shares that would need to get purchased. But as we come up to 20 here, 44,000 call contracts at 20 that expire next week, 31,000 put contracts. So if these puts go out of the money and these calls go in the money, that's when we can really have a serious conversation about a price movement to the upside after that, and if that is going to trigger a gamma squeeze. Now, running up to 15 would be great, but in my opinion, that's not going to be enough in order to get these market makers to really start buying to hedge these options that they are selling in terms of the calls and unhedging the puts that they have already sold. So that's kind of what we're looking at here on the potential for a gamma squeeze. But I want to take a quick peek at Adam Aron's tweet that he sent out today and kind of break this down for you guys. So a lot of people have been very, very adamant about trying to get Adam Aron to do something about the manipulation in the underlying share price of AMC. Now, he has said previously that he is planning to pounce not before the next earnings date comes out. And he comes out with this tweet today right here. I keep getting asked, quote, when pounce. Know this. 1, I always keep my word. 2, I've said publicly a pounce would not happen before the second quarter 2022 earnings are announced. And 3, press release issued today that Q2 earnings will be announced Thursday, August 4th. Read between those lines. So the earliest day that we are going to be getting any word on Adam Aron's master plan on what he is going to try and do to potentially and maybe combat the abusive short selling and manipulative short selling that we've seen on this stock over the last basically 2 or year and a half, 2 years at this point, is going to be coming at the earliest on August 4th. So hopefully you guys read into this and say, hey, he's not going to say anything before then. We're waiting on the earnings date or after for any news on Adam Aron coming out with something. But again, there's a lot of speculation as to what this can be. In my mind right now, I'm just kind of thinking, okay, this is a wait and see event. It'd be really awesome if he comes out with something really groundbreaking. But at the end of the day, when we look at the technicals, the fundamentals, and the amount of short interest in the stock, nothing has changed, and it still has a great deal of potential. So that is going to wrap up this update on AMC. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So I hope you guys are having a great evening, and I will see you guys in the next one.